guys, so Laura tagged me to do the no disclaimers book tag, and she told me that if I didn't do it, she would die, so this is for you, bro. Which tropes annoy you the most? I would say that there are two tropes that I hate the most. Sometimes it gets to the point where I get so disinterested in the book that I stop reading it. I hate the idea that romance has to be in every book. You do not need romance for your book to be intriguing. Like right now, I'm reading this YA fantasy arc, and it was super good. Like, I read past the halfway point in one setting, and then after that, romance started, and the main plot was like totally forgotten. The quests and challenges the main character is facing is being described so briefly to give space and time to discuss how the main character feels for their love interest and them flirting, and it's like, okay, dude, I get it. Can we go back to the actual plot now? Because now the task that the main character is doing is being done so quickly and easily that it's weakening the plot and no longer making it intriguing. And it's like if I want to read a book about romance, I will pick up a romance novel, okay? Authors just need to understand that romance is not a requirement to make their books interesting. Like, hello, people can interact and not fall in love. They know each other for 5 days, dude. Chill the fuck out. Can we normalize platonic relationships, please? Like, hello, I can meet someone and just be their friend. Why do we have to fall in love? I don't understand. Oh my god. Like, I get that some people want to mix romance with other genres like fantasy, and that makes sense, but like, you gotta balance it, dude. You can't just completely abandon your plot to build up the romance, because it's not the fucking plot. Oh my god, I cannot. Like, if you want romance and it's not one of the main genres of the book, then like, learn to balance that shit. Make it a subgenre so that you don't have to completely abandon your plot. Like, I don't understand why some authors put so much work into making such a great, unique plot, and then they're like, hey, pew, love interest, and then all they talk about is their relationship, and it's like, but how about the plot that you worked so hard on? No, apparently that doesn't fucking matter anymore, because now we're just gonna focus on the romance. I also really hate when everything is super easy for the characters. Like, conveniently placed plot devices, nobody getting too injured or dying, and everyone being happy. It's like, what? It makes the story so predictable and unrealistic, and it's just really boring. Like, when the characters finally start struggling, help is immediately given to them on a silver platter, and their problems just disappear. Like, for example, a common one that I recently read this month is when a main character is like on a journey to a place or to a group of people. They're injured, they have no supplies, they've lost hope, and they're on the brink of giving up. And then, suddenly, someone magically appears in the middle of nowhere and helps them get to their destination. I'm not saying that authors need to have prolonged, excessive struggle for their characters. I'm just saying y'all need to let your characters struggle a bit, alright? Which writers do you feel are overrated and overhyped? J.K. Rowling, Maggie Stiefvater, Sarah J. Maas, J. Kristoff, Cassandra Clare, Marissa Meyer, and Rainbow Rowell. I listed these people because I have receipts of them being racist, stealing other people's work, and letting their characters date minors, as well as promoting very, very bad things in their work. But mostly they're on this list because they're just really racist. And also their writing is really bland and mediocre. Out of all these people, the only author who could have been unintentionally racist is Rainbow. And I mean, whether or not it's intentional, it's still racism. I think that Rainbow could totally address it and apologize. If you want to know why these authors are racist and problematic, check Google, check Tumblr, check Goodreads. There are a lot of people who have taken the time to do the tedious work of highlighting offensive behavior in their tweets and in their books and interviews, and it's like, thank you guys for doing that for me, because I don't want to have really annoying long discussions with people who want to argue with me. So if you want to be educated on why these authors are problematic, Google it, okay? Thanks. What are your least favorite books you've read since joining BookTube? The Black Tides of Heaven and The Lamb Will Slaughter the Lion. The story was mediocre, and the ending was anticlimactic. Also, The Children of Blood and Bone and The Epic Crush of Jeannie Lo. Yeah, so those books could have been, like, okay, but they did the two tropes that I just talked about in the beginning of this video and basically ruined the story for me. It was super cliche and followed too many predictable tropes, and the romance just killed the story for me, so yeah, I lost interest, like, immediately. And lastly, The Archived by Victoria Schwab. The concept was really great, but the story was okay. A terrible ending that ruined an otherwise quality book. I don't think I have an answer to this question. Usually if I don't like the ending, I also have a problem with the book as a whole. So, like, if I don't like a book, I don't like a book, and I don't really think there was a book that I liked that didn't have a really good ending. So I'm just gonna change this question to books with really bad sequels. And I'm not really sure if it's considered a sequel because it's the third book in the series, but Escaping from Houdini was a mess. And I hate it. And it was one of the biggest disappointments of 2018. My friend Jura and I love the first two books, especially the second one. Like, the second one, good stuff right there. But Houdini was just poorly written. And we've spent so many hours analyzing this book, I am confident that I could literally make a 20-minute video discussing it. Basically, the Stalking Jack the Ripper series is about two characters hunting down serial killers, and their brand is like creating a series of murders and using iconic historical figures. So there's Jack the Ripper, Dracula, and Houdini. The series is basically a balanced mixture of mystery, historical fiction, and romance. Keyword, balanced. However, in the third book, the author spends most of the time discussing the romance between the two main characters and the development of a love triangle. And because of this, the clues and the mystery that is usually so well written and so detailed is so quickly written, it's trash. I can't really explain without like spoiling the book, but like the clues are literally given to the main character as opposed to letting the main character use their detective skills to explore and find the clues themselves, which of course erases the suspense of finding the serial killer, which is literally the main plot of the book. So basically, the tension and mystery is abandoned to make room for romance in the third book. And I think the reason why this happened is because the author is planning to have a really huge romance plot in the fourth and last book of the series, which is like, whatever, but it's super unfortunate because I did like the series and I don't have the energy to continue it. So here are the books, Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula. I'm super glad I didn't buy Escaping from Houdini because no, I wouldn't have wanted it. Which fictional characters do you wish were not killed off? Bro, if you know me, you know that I love character death and sad endings, so there's literally no character death I'm unhappy with. I mean, like, yeah, I'm unhappy with it, but like, I don't want them to come back. That's stupid, whatever. What are some of your bookish pet peeves? There is one thing that bothers me, but like, it's not intolerable, and it's when books have a different colored spine. Like, can you please just make the whole book one color? I don't understand why the spine has to be a different color. What are some books you feel should have more recognition? So, I don't want to repeat like all the books that I mentioned in my Best Books 2018 video, so I will not mention any books from that video, even though I really wish I could. But obvious answer is John Cleaver and Jasper Dent. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I talk about those books, especially John, like all the time. Look how beautiful these covers are. It's gorgeous. This is the UK edition, and like the three of them together, oh my god, nut, am I right? I love John. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. So basically, John Cleaver is a bro who loves serial killers. And John grew up helping his mom and his aunt with their family business, which is the morgue. So of course, when there's suddenly a violent murder in John's small town, he is one of the first people to know. And as more bodies start piling up, John recognizes serial killer characteristics and takes it upon himself to use his knowledge on serial killers to hunt down this serial killer. And like, look at the covers for this one, these three. But oh my god, John is so good in these books. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh, I love him. Sassy John Cleaver in books 4 to 6. Love Cleaves. So adorable. Next book that I'm talking about is the Jasper Dent series, which is also about serial killers. This one's a little more graphic than John Cleaver. John Cleaver's like baby compared to like Jasper. So it's like that. And then the cover itself is like bloody and it's cool. Jasper's a thickie. Oof. Yeah. It smells like an old book, like an old library book. And the last one. It's a raven. Yeah. Yeah, so Jasper Dent is a kid whose father is the world's most notorious serial killer. His dad is now in jail, but people still associate Jasper with his father. Determined to show the world that he is not like his father, he tries to hunt down the serial killer that has shown up in his hometown. The amount of times I've had to say serial killer in this video is kind of ridiculous, but you know what, that's what my favorite books are about, so. What are your thoughts on censorship and banning books? Okay, screw censorship and screw the people who think it's okay to manipulate what information the public consumes. Censorship has literally encouraged so much ignorance and hatred in the United States. I literally, our textbooks hide the history of minorities and idolize white American history and only ever show them in a positive, patriotic American way. Who do you tag? I only have 2 friends on BookTube and one of them tagged me to do this video. So I guess, Rami, it's you now. It's you, bro. You gotta do this. So thanks for watching this video. Bye, guys.